all move up. There's a protester. There's a protester. The only time they move those cameras. Oh, look, there's a protester. There's another protester. These people are the worst. What new proposal I'm outlining today will help us put the corrupt regulatory industry out of business. The regulatory group, they are putting your mines, your natural gas, they're putting you out of business, folks. They're taking your jobs away. I will work with Congress to require that for every one new regulation, 2 old regulations must be immediately eliminated. We're losing $2 trillion in economic activity a year just due to regulations. Think of it. The only people getting rich are the lobbyists and lawyers and special interests. They're all making a fortune off these regulations. I'm also going to push for a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on all members. Not only will we end government corruption, but we'll end economic stagnation and we'll end it quickly. My plan lowers our business tax from 35% to 15% and lowers our middle income taxes. We're going down to 3 brackets from 7. Taxes are coming way down for individuals. Hillary is raising your taxes substantially. We're already the highest tax nation in the world. We're also going to rebuild our inner cities. African Americans and Hispanics living in the inner cities are suffering. The violence is unbelievable. You walk to the store with your child and you get shot. So much violence. Worse than some of the war zones that you're talking about. There's no education. There are no jobs. There's no safety. Just no safety. In Chicago, 3,500 people have been shot since January 1st. Can you believe that? Since January, 3,500. Homicides are up nearly 50% in Washington, D.C., and more than 60% in Baltimore. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. To the African American and Hispanic voters, I say, what the hell do you have to lose? I will fix it. Vote for We're going to fix it. The Democrats have run the inner cities for, in some cases, over 100 years, unbroken. And they haven't done anything except every 4 years they come in and get the vote and they take it for granted, they don't do anything. We're going to help the African American community, the Hispanic community. We're going to help and we're going to fix our inner cities and we're going to get jobs. We will be a rich nation once again. But to have a rich country, we must also be a safe country. National security begins at the border. Speaking in a secret meeting to a foreign bank, Hillary Clinton said her dream is for totally open trade, there go your jobs, and open borders, there goes your country, there goes your country. Hillary's plan includes an open border with the Middle East, meaning generations of radicalism and terrorism spreading and growing within our shore. It's going to spread, it's going to grow. We don't know who these people are. We don't know where they come from. This will be the great Trojan horse of our era. And I don't want to be the one that's responsible for the great Trojan horse. She's bringing in 550% more than the tens of thousands that Obama's leaving. We can't do it. Folks, we have enough problem. We have enough problem. So let me state this, and I'll state it very, very clearly. If I'm elected president, I'm going to keep radical Islamic terrorists the hell out. how much we all love America. Isn't it? We will also stop the crisis of illegal immigration. A Trump administration will secure and defend our borders. And yes, we will build that wall. It will be built. And Mexico will pay for that wall. We have the first ever endorsement from our great people of ICE and the Border Patrol officers. First time they've ever endorsed a presidential candidate. And they love the country. They want to do it right. They know what has to be done. It was just reported that a man deported from our country 10 times in 6 years has been charged with the raping of a 12-year-old girl. In August, Texas police arrested a serial illegal immigrant who had been deported 5 times. The victims included one 68-year-old woman with a cane who took his offer to drive her home. He left her on the side of a road, severely beaten. A 64-year-old Air Force veteran, Marilyn Ferris, was raped and beaten to death with a hammer by a repeat offending criminal, illegal immigrant who should have been deported. They wanted to deport him, but the Obama administration never got around to it. Tough new mandatory minimum federal prison sentences for anyone who illegally re-enters the country after previously being deported. That way they're not coming back. And we will swiftly remove and deport all criminal aliens from this country and dismantle the gangs and cartels preying on our citizens and our youth. Either we win this election or we lose our country, and it's really at that. Really out there. A victory in November will be a victory for you, the American people, and that's 100%. To finish up, here are some of the amazing things we're going to do for our country starting in 2017. We are going to have the biggest tax cut since Ronald Reagan, and even actually a little bit bigger. We're going to eliminate every unnecessary job-killing regulation. We are going to defend religious liberty. We'll be providing school choice, so important, to every low-income child in America. And we're going to end Common Core and bring education. We're going to support the men and women of law enforcement. We're going to save our Second Amendment, which is totally and we will be appointing justices to the United States Supreme Court who will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. You have to get every last person you know out to the voting booths. This is our one magnificent chance to reclaim our country for we the people. So I'm going to fight for every citizen of every background from every stretch of this nation. I'm going to fight for every child living in poverty. I'm going to fight for every mom who lost her child to illegal immigration and drugs and gang violence. I'm going to fight for every community whose jobs and factories have been ripped out of your state and so many other states. You look at what's happened in Ohio and look at New England, look at the areas of New England, look at upper New York State, look at what's happened to our country. And they've shipped all of these jobs and all of these companies, they've shipped them to other countries. We don't make things anymore. We're going to have Apple start making things in our country. We're going to have companies like Apple start making things, not in China, not in Vietnam, and not all over the world. And they'll be happy to do it. We're going to have these great companies make things in our country. I'm going to fight for every person in this country who believes government should serve the people, not the donors and the special interests. And I'm going to fight to bring us all together as Americans. We are a divided nation. We're going to fight to bring everybody together. Imagine what our country could accomplish if we started working together as one people, under one God, saluting one American. In 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you're going to look back at this rally for the rest of your life. You're going to remember this day. This is a movement like has never taken place in our country before. And the dishonest media doesn't like talking about it. Look back at this election and say this is by far the most important vote you've ever cast for anyone at any time. You're going to be proud of your country again, and hopefully you're going to be very proud of your president who's going to do the job. The change you've been waiting for will finally arrive. You must get out to vote. We will win. We will shock the world. This is going to be Brexit plus. Brexit plus. And a lot of people know it. They say, we can't poll this thing. Did you hear some of the pollsters? I just left North Carolina. One of the big pollers said, we can't poll this thing. And one of the great congressmen from Tennessee just told me, he said, you know, Mr. Trump, we've never seen anything like what's happening. We've never, ever. He said, I've been doing this for 25 years. They say we can't poll this thing. People that we've never seen before, great people that have never voted before because they've never felt like voting. They've never had the confidence in the people that are running. They're coming out and they're wearing Trump shirts and hats. They're going from forget it. They're amazing. They're amazing. And believe me, they love this country. So we have to win. November 8th, go out and vote. And we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again.